Welcome to Mastermind Growth, where you get in-depth knowledge of business skills, elevate your leadership, or fuel your personal growth in a few minutes. Today, we're exploring Chapter 2 of Dale Carnegie's classic book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, which dives into 6 powerful ways to make people like you. These fundamental techniques in handling people are timeless, powerful, and can transform your interactions both personally and professionally. First section. Become genuinely interested in other people. Imagine you're at a party where you don't know anyone. You're standing awkwardly by the punch bowl, when suddenly someone approaches you with a warm smile and genuine interest in who you are. They ask about your work, your hobbies, and they really listen. How do you feel? Probably pretty good, right? That's the power of showing genuine interest in others. The author tells the story of a man named Howard Thurston, one of the greatest magicians of his time. Thurston had a secret to his success that went beyond his tricks. Before each show, he would stand backstage and say to himself, "I love my audience. I love my audience." This genuine love for his audience shone through in his performance, making people feel special and valued. It wasn't just about the magic tricks. It was about making a connection. When you show a sincere interest in others, you become like Thurston, a person who draws people in effortlessly. The takeaway: people are naturally drawn to those who are genuinely interested in them. It's not about being fake or manipulative. It's about truly caring for others. When you do this, people will naturally start to like you. Second section, smile. A smile might seem like a small thing, but its impact is enormous. It's the universal language of kindness and can open doors that even the best arguments can't. Let's take the example of an employee named Bill Parker. Bill was responsible for customer service in a large department store. One day, a customer came in furious because of a problem with her purchase. Instead of responding with the same level of aggression, Bill greeted her with a warm smile. The woman was taken aback. She expected confrontation but received kindness. Bill calmly listened to her complaint, and by the end of their conversation, the customer left the store not only satisfied but smiling herself. That smile changed the entire dynamic of the interaction. It diffused the tension and turned a potential conflict into a pleasant exchange. Never underestimate the power of a smile. It costs nothing but gives so much. A genuine smile can make people feel welcome, appreciated, and comfortable around you. Section 3. Remember that a person's name is, to that person, the sweetest sound in any language. Have you ever been in a situation where someone remembered your name, and it instantly made you feel important? A person's name is, to that person, the sweetest sound in any language. The author shares a story about a man named Jim Farley, who became a prominent political figure in the United States. Farley had an incredible talent for remembering names. He once met a man at a rally, asked for his name, and then used it repeatedly during their brief conversation. A year later, at another event, Farley saw this same man and immediately greeted him by name. The man was astonished and deeply impressed. He became one of Farley's most loyal supporters, all because Farley took the time to remember his name. It was a small act, but it made the man feel valued and important. When you remember and use someone's name, you acknowledge their identity. It's a simple yet powerful way to show respect and build rapport. Section 4. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. In a world where everyone is eager to talk about themselves, being a good listener is a rare and precious skill. People love to talk about their experiences, their thoughts, and their feelings. Carnegie tells us about Theodore Roosevelt, one of America's most popular presidents. Roosevelt was known for his remarkable ability to make people feel heard. He would ask questions and then genuinely listen to the answers. When he entertained guests at the White House, he focused the conversation on them, making them feel like the most important person in the room. This skill earned him lifelong friends and allies. Roosevelt understood that being a good listener is one of the quickest ways to a person's heart. When you listen more than you speak, you show others that you value what they have to say. This builds trust and makes people feel connected to you. Section 5. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. People are naturally more interested in themselves than in others. By talking in terms of their interests, you can engage them more deeply and create a stronger connection. The author gives the example of a man named Edward M. Sayers, a dentist who had a patient who was very resistant to getting a needed procedure done. Instead of pushing his own agenda, Sayers started talking to the patient about their mutual interest in fishing. They discussed fishing techniques, favorite spots, and even shared stories. Eventually, the patient felt so comfortable and connected with Sayers that he agreed to the procedure without hesitation. The conversation about fishing had built a bridge of trust and made the patient more open to the dentist's advice. When you speak to people about what interests them, you're more likely to hold their attention and build a lasting relationship. Section 6. Make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. The final technique is perhaps the most profound, making others feel important. When you make someone feel valued, you touch a deep, fundamental human need. Let's go back to the early 1900s, to a story about Charles Schwab again. One evening, Schwab visited one of the steel mills he managed and found some of the workers smoking against company policy. Instead of reprimanding them, he handed each man a cigar and said, "I'd appreciate it if you smoked these outside." The workers were not only compliant but also felt respected and important. Schwab's approach showed that he valued them as individuals, and in return, they respected him as a leader. Feel important. You earn their respect and admiration. And the best part? You can do this in a sincere way that strengthens your relationships and builds trust. Conclusion. So there you have it. 6 powerful ways to make people like you. By becoming genuinely interested in others, smiling, remembering names, being a good listener, talking in terms of their interests, and making them feel important, you can transform your interactions and build meaningful, lasting relationships. If these techniques resonate with you, give them a try in your daily life. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might benefit from these timeless principles. Stay tuned for more insights from how to win friends and influence people. See you in the next episode.